I'm sure that y'all have heard the phrase, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. But in case you don't know what that means, it simply means that what's good for one should be good for the other. What's tolerated by this should be tolerated by that. But it doesn't happen that way, especially when it comes to the leftists and the wokies. Their ideology is based solely, no, let me stop right there. Their ideology is founded by hypocrisy. See, their ideology is rooted in hypocrisy. See, what's good for them is good for them, but if it's good for you, it's bad for them. If it's bad for you, it's good for them. See, it's all about them. They set things up where it's only them. And then when it comes back to bite them in the ass, it's a problem. Earlier I spoke about how the lefties turned on Bette Midler, right? How I support trans people, and they gave the LGBTQ XYZ HGTV community. And the second that she said, hey, wait a minute, you are trying to denigrate women into birthing people and menstruators and people with vaginas, because y'all have deemed, that community has deemed, that any individual can have a child. Right now, let me address this. The male body is not built to carry a child. I say again, the male body is not naturally built to carry a child. Oh, with the miracle of modern medicine, I mean, I'm sure, they have some show that, a man giving birth show on Netflix is some garbage. It's not natural. And just because it's being promoted, don't make it right. It's not meant to happen, people. It just ain't. But going back to my original topic of the hypocrisy. So with the hypocrisy, you have people that the lefties and the wokies, they don't do things in any form of fair. Like let's use what I just spoke about as an example. The hilarity of this is they scream, cry, pouted about the overturning of the Roe versus Wade ruling, which again, dear idiots and a-holes, they did not ban it nationwide. They simply gave the power back to the states, like it should have been in the first place, and let the states decide. It is not banned nationwide, and it is also not a right. It was simply a ruling, a law that had passed that got overturned. Breathe on it. So, now as I was saying, the crying is, the first level of hypocrisy is they are trying to tell women what to do with their bodies. Now, I find that rather humorous, because most of these same women that are screaming, the baby killing Karens, that are screaming up and down, all these TikTok morons protesting up and down, screaming to the top of their lungs that the government cannot tell them what to do with their bodies. A strong majority of those same people that are screaming were also behind government mandated vaccine shots. A lot of them. I mean, an overwhelming majority of the same people screaming right now are the same people screaming, if you don't get a shot, you're going to kill us. The government has to mandate it. Oh, but now it's your body, your choice. But when the rest of us normal ass people were saying, hey man, you can't force anybody to take a shot, most of y'all were, yes, for the safety of us all, they should. Okay, what's good for the goose? Good for the gander. And see, the overturning of Roe v. Wade still doesn't affect y'all like that forced vax shot did. There are people who lost their jobs because they refused to get a shot. Not Being able to possibly have an abortion where you live is not losing your job, losing your livelihood. One, it's making you more responsible for your actions. Two, if you really want it done that bad, go to another state that will allow it. Three, get more active in your local politics. Quit worrying about big daddy government trying to save all your damn problems and fight it there. So as I said, that's one level of hypocrisy. Second level of hypocrisy, as I just spoke on, birthing people, menstruators, individuals with vaginas. Roe v. Wade got overturned. It suddenly became, you can't tell women what to do, women's health, women's rights. Wait a minute. A minute ago, there were no women. As a matter of fact, we have a justice on the Supreme Court right now who literally cannot tell you what a woman is. The justice that just got added to the Supreme Court last week, during her hearing to add her on to the Supreme Court, literally could not define what a woman was. So, but I noticed now when it came to Roe v. Wade being overturned, oh, everybody knew what a woman was then, didn't we? It was sudden as shit. It was, woo, this is what a woman is. Woman this, woman that. Nah, buddy. Keep that same energy. What's good for the goose? I'm going to stay in that same boat and point out a third level of hypocrisy, which is whatever law is passed that y'all like, the Supreme Court is the greatest thing in America. But the second the Supreme Court does something that y'all don't like, they are, what did Wanda Sykes call it? It was your girl Wanda Sykes. What did Wanda Sykes say about the Supreme Court on Roe v. Wade? I gotta get it right. Oh yes, because they did not rule in the Democrat favor, Wanda Sykes said that America is no longer democracy. Even though the Supreme Court is set up with an uneven number, so when they come to making a ruling, the majority will always win, whether it's 5, 4, 6, 3, 7, 2. There's always, the majority will always win, but it's not a democracy. It's like no longer democracy, right? Where it's no longer majority rules. And isn't that how we got y'all president, Miss Sykes? The majority of the people chose him. So what are you talking about? Oh, because something didn't go your way, now it's not a democracy. Now majority doesn't rule. See, so it only majority only rules if it actually rules your way. Oh, okay. What's good for the goose? Because when the American people were saying that something was going on with the voting in 2020, y'all was screaming, no, the people have spoken. The majority have spoken. Oh, okay, so that's what happened. We may not have liked it, but Biden got in. The majority, as you said, ruled. But now, the majority is not existent because it's not in your favor. Again, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. But everything that the left does is hypocritical. I could do this all day. I could go down the laundry list of they lying asses and they hypocritical nonsense all day long. You see, it's only right when they say it's right. Like, have you noticed how they're all about calling other people anarchist and violent and racist when they do the most violent, anarchist, racist things that you see? See, they don't see, and here's one of the things that kills me. Because they are always on emotion, they never see their hypocrisy. Talk to a lefty. Talk to one of these woke people. You'll hear BS facts, made up facts, and it's always going to be emotion. I feel. Well, I feel, pardon the language, but fuck your feelings. In the real world, the one that has to keep going to keep things going, you know, that world where hard decisions have to be made, you got to make tough choices for the greater good to benefit the majority and not the minority. You know, if I may use some of my Star Trek here.
That the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Or the one.
So please stop the hypocrisy. I really would like that. Talk to a wokey, talk to a leftist, and you'll see. I guarantee you it will not take more than 10 minutes and they will contradict their own argument. Give them 10 minutes, just let them talk. Let them ramble, let them rant, let them rave. And in 10 minutes, they will contradict what they said at the very beginning. Guaranteed. I'll put big money on that. I guarantee you they will contradict themselves. All they know how to do is be emotional, call you names, tear up shit. In other words, a petulant 5-year-old child. And now, these petulant children are about to get the spanking of a lifetime. That's going to do it for this segment of Free Mind Thinkers. If you like what you heard, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to hear more of it, go ahead, hit the subscribe while you're at it. And please feel free to comment on anything that you hear. And as we always say here at Free Mind Thinkers, listen less, learn more. Don't forget that you can find us on all your social media platforms: Getter, Gab, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute. And we are podcasts on several media platforms. Make sure you check out full episodes there in the podcast section or wherever you may get your favorite podcasts. Until the next time, y'all stay up.